Well, welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of Surviving Life's Pickles. I'm Scott Martin, your host, joined with my beautiful wife, Hillary, today. How are you?
I am doing wonderful.
It has been a chaotic, busy, but very rewarding week.
It has.
It's that time of year. It's just busy, and this is a little bit busier than we're used to.
Yeah.
Well, before we get in today to the great episode we've put together for you guys, we're going to start it off just like we do every other episode with some gratitude. And you know what, Hill?
You're gonna make me go first?
I'm gonna take it this time.
Oh, okay.
And I know that surprised you a little bit,
That does
but
surprise me.
I want to take this one and it'll kind of just roll here. And again, everybody, I can't express how grateful we are for every single one of you tuning into us. This week, we got some of the initial numbers from Spotify. And as of the end of 2025, we made the top 10% for instant hit show, 2025 most talked about show, and 2025 most shared show. And that goes for all new shows in 2025. So anything existing wouldn't be in that category. But I will tell you what, I was so overwhelmed to see those numbers come out from one of the major platforms. We started this just to spread a message. It was something we wanted to try.
Yeah.
And it has turned into something bigger than we could have ever imagined. We owe all of it to every single one of you that are tuning in, listening, supporting, commenting, sharing. Just thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you doesn't even go far enough for how blessed our lives have been to be able to spend this hour every week with you. But it's the best thing we can say on here is just thank you. And we are so grateful to be blessed with this time with you guys every single week. And so I just wanted to start off with that.
I like that.
But my gratitude today goes off this quote
Okay.
that I found. And this quote is said, "Crying and trying only have one letter difference in spelling, but a lot in meaning. Crying equals collapse our confidence. Trying equals build our confidence. So always keep on trying." And that one hit me when I seen that is sometimes we cry when we fail. But it's when we hit that next step of learning the lesson from that failure, learning the lesson that needed to be learned, shedding those emotions so that we can jump back in and try it again. We're going to stumble. We're going to fall. We are going to cry. But it is how we react that can change everything. And I am so grateful every single day to be self-aware enough now to appreciate those crying moments for what they really are.
Yeah.
And this hit me. We went to the I Love You Bro annual Christmas party. And Curtis Morley, amazing man, Curtis got up and said a few words. And he told the story again about when he was crying on his kitchen floor when life had just completely overwhelmed him. But in that moment, when he realized that he was loved and he realized that it was okay, he got up and he started trying again. And he shared that story when we had him on our podcast, earlier this year. And that story's just sat with me ever since he told it. And that's why I think this quote really hit me. And so I am just so grateful for those opportunities that I get to try again.
It's beautiful, babe. It actually makes me think of something I had heard before. I can't even remember where I heard it from, but it was sometimes in your darkest moments, if you're open to it, that's when the most light will come through.
Yeah, well, it goes back to that old saying. I've heard it many places. I remember it off of Batman Dark Knight. But the dark is always the darkest before the dawn.
Yeah.
And so if you are in that moment, it is going to get lighter.
Don't quit until the miracle happens.
Absolutely.
Hmm. It's kind of funny that that was your gratitude today, and we don't normally we don't really share our gratitudes beforehand
Mm-mm.
or compare. And I also found a quote that correlates with my gratitude as well. So you think we're married? Yeah. Um, my quote is the real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become. And that sprouted my own gratitude that I jotted down with it. And I'm grateful for the chance to start each day anew. I'm grateful that I'm allowed to be present in my day and that if I mess up or if I get angry or if I have a bad day, I can change it the next day. And that every day is started anew and I can make it what I want it to be.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So ours were very similar this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you say that, and let's just throw it out there. People who know us know that this is a ongoing joke with us. You said we don't share our gratitudes before we talk.
mhm.
Um, we also don't talk about what we wear every day.
Yeah.
But I kid you guys not, 98% of the time when we get home from work, because we'll leave at different times almost every day,
Hmm.
when we get home from work, we are wearing the exact same thing.
Like same colors, whether you're wearing black pants and a green shirt, I'm wearing black pants and a green shirt, and
And
it's
I'm just going to throw it out there if anybody's looking at this. We did not plan this. The black pants and green shirt happened just today.
yeah.
Again,
Yours is a different color. This is a little better than we have been because there have been times where they are the exact same color.
they are. But it's identical twins have that kind of that seventh sense or
Yeah,
whatever, they can feel it. We have it too, and it's so weird.
it
It,
is.
and it's just funny. We I feel that we've been able to connect, and that's where our relationship has taken us. Is we connect on an unspoken level
Hmm.
where we're thinking
We're just on
similar
the same
things.
wave
We are. We
a
are.
lot of the times.
So, well,
So,
and that kind of brings in a little bit of today's topic.
okay.
We were kind of feeling about the same thing.
Yeah,
Uh, it's wintertime. We're here in Utah. It's getting cold.
it's getting snowy.
And when you get the first cold spell of anywhere where you live, back east or in the Rocky Mountains, the first thing a lot of people start thinking about is I got to get my car winter ready. I
Hmm.
got to make sure I've got good tires. I got to make sure the heater works. Everybody's changing out their windshield washer fluid for the de-icer fluid. It just happens every winter. You automatically start thinking, guess what? Snow season's coming. I've
Hmm.
got to get the car ready so I can drive in the snow, so I can go to the mountains and go skiing. It's automatic.
Hmm.
But what do you guys do for yourself? Because going into winter in Utah or in the Rocky Mountains, where we kind of are down this little belt here, it's dark
Yeah.
when you go to work. It's dark when you come home. If you're an outdoors person and you don't like to do the winter stuff, you're stuck inside. So when it starts to become winter, are you guys doing your personal winter maintenance checklist for yourself?
Hmm.
I mean, you take care of your cars, your machines, your house. Okay, with your cars, you're always doing your tires, you're doing your oil changes, you're doing your belts. You're doing this on a regular basis to make sure your car runs at the optimal running level.
Hmm.
But are you doing these maintenance things for yourself? And we've talked about self care,
We have.
but this one is a little different because this is something that happens every year.
Hmm.
The seasons change here. You are stuck inside a lot more for, I would say, more than 50% of the people.
Hmm.
because
For a few months.
for a few months.
Yeah.
And so we need to start thinking about this now as a personal level. We need to start being aware of it for our family and our close knit community, our friend, close family, friends that we hang out with, so we can make sure that we're here to support each other.
Yeah.
And I want to bring up COVID. Everybody hates talking about it. I even hate saying the word. But we need to talk about what happened. We were not prepared as a society for what happened.
Yeah.
We were all secluded. Some of us were in houses for weeks. Some of us were even longer, where you didn't have an essential job, so you were just home. We need to look at that experience. What did we learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to start applying that to the changing of the seasons going into our winter personal care months.
Yeah.
We have to have a plan. What are you guys going to do? And that really rolls into a topic that I feel is on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
We got to sit down and watch Footloose with our boys this
We
weekend.
did. They'd never seen it, and we talked about it. And I told them, I was like, this is an absolute movie that you have to see. And yes, we watched the newer one, even though I want to watch the old one because they're 11 and 12-year-old boys and they don't want to see a movie from the 80s. So we watched the newer one, and they actually liked it.
They did.
They did.
And in that movie, that community, Ren, fights for something for him.
Mm-hmm.
He fights for something that he loves, something that makes him feel good, something that brings him joy, something that brings him happiness, something that brings him physical activity, something that he can do by himself, something that he can do with friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
And this really goes into, we need to fight for ourselves going into these winter months and fight for what we want to do. Let's start finding these things and fight for them.
Chase after them.
And chase after them. And one thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm just going to ask you this question as we kind of go into this.
Mm-hmm.
Think about in your childhood, what are a couple things to you that come to mind that you think of that you did during the winter time with yourself or with friends and family when you were a kid that are good memories?
Some of my favorite winter memories are sledding or tubing with my family.
Yeah.
Coming home absolutely frozen, and mom would have the hot chocolate going. That was always one of my very, very fond memories. But another memory was me and my dad. My dad was very crafty. He was a wood carver, very artistic, but a lot of times we'd sit down and color through coloring books, or we would draw pictures and things like that. So I do remember doing that with him, and that was a very fond memory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bring that up. I have similar ones.
Yeah.
I always remember because I didn't grow up here a lot of my childhood.
Yeah.
We didn't move here until a little bit later. But I do remember we come out and visit for Christmas. And then when we moved here, we would do stuff. But it's going out and sledding with the friends and family, coming back in and getting the hot chocolate. Always remember who was fighting over the heat vents to put their boots over so they would dry fast enough so you could go back out.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
I forgot about that. We did the same thing.
Always fight over who got to get their boots dry first.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to bring that up to get everybody who's tuning in and get their mind thinking a little bit. Because think about those things you used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you do them now?
Yeah.
Some of that might be, we're on the topic of sledding.
Okay.
Some of that a little bit here where we live is a handful of those great sledding hills are now non-existent, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there are amazing sledding things that have been built.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish Fork City has a awesome sledding park.
Yeah,
is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go down there and sled down there. Provo still has Rock Canyon Park There's stuff up in Heber that you can go sledding.
Vernal.
Vernal has the biggest sledding hill in the state.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things are available. You just got to look a little bit. They're just not as easy as accessible as when we were kids.
When you could go out in the backyard or down the street.
But I want everybody to start thinking about those happy memories when you were a kid. What did you do for joy during the wintertime?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your family was in the snowmobiling. Maybe your family's into snowshoeing or cross-country skiing or hitting the ski resorts. Start thinking about what did you do when you were a kid that made you happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to challenge people to take those memories and let's dive into those this winter season.
Yeah. Another one of my most favorite memories of winter is we grew up in a cul-de-sac and my dad had a four-wheeler and he would hook the sleds up to a rope and tow us behind the four-wheeler. And a couple years back, my cousin was doing that with his boys out in our cul-de-sac after a really big snowstorm. And I remember I actually even filmed it because it just brought back those amazing childhood memories of us riding along the backside with my dad.
Yeah.
And I mean, he'd get going in the cul-de-sac and start doing some donuts and spinning us all the way around trying to dump us out and all of that kind of thing. And gosh, that was such a fun time.
It was just lots of fun. Another one we did. So my grandma had a couple vacant lots next to him when I was in my early teens, same age as the boys actually.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle that was still living there with my grandma worked at a lumber place, and so he would bring pallets home. We actually built a fort out of the pallets kind of in the fall.
Okay.
And we would have slingshot wars and all sorts of stuff in these forts. Well, when it snowed, what we did is then we turned them into snow forts, and we hauled all the snow from the neighbor. We had wheelbarrows that we were bringing snow over, and we packed them around these pallet forts, and then we started having snowball fights, and we built catapults that fling snowballs at each other across the lots. I mean, it was so much fun, and it didn't cost anything.
No. Being in a cul-de-sac, when I was growing up, the snowplows would always come and dump all of the large load snow up at the top of the cul-de-sac. So we would kind of do the same thing, but we would build snow caves.
Yeah.
Or even just snow slides off of those big mounds of snow. And granted, we don't have as much snow down here in the valley as we did back when we were kids. It just
Things have changed.
global warming, you know. But yeah, those were definitely some very fond memories.
And if you guys can't hear the joy in our voice as we're talking about this, it brings up all these happy memories.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what we're trying to encourage everybody to do. Yeah. Is let's think about these things. Let's
talk about them.
Talk about them with your kids. Let's talk about them with friends. Let's find out how we can get outside a little bit during these winter months. We've had some decent weather. Mm-hmm. You can bundle up a little bit and go outside right now. It's time to plan.
I have a question for you. Did you ever bake cookies with your grandma or your mom?
No, I just ate them.
You just ate them?
I just ate them.
That's another fun memory that I had too in the winter months is, on the weekends, baking cookies or baking anything. Well,
and that's just that's another thing.
Yeah.
If you're not into baking or cooking a lot, this is a great time to take it up.
Yeah.
Great time to learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're really trying to do is give everybody some ideas about how you can do some winter maintenance for yourself. For me, another one, and it's always weird, but during the winter time, I tend to be so much better when it comes to my fitness and actually watching what I'm eating, because I have, I guess, more time to do it.
Yeah.
I am not outside doing all the other things that we do during the summer months, which are active.
Mm-hmm.
So I take the time and I plan my time now for the next few months, and I have my good workouts. I kind of rebuild some of that muscle that I've lost during the summertime because I've been out having fun and not focused on it as much.
You've been out riding your bike all day long.
I've been out riding my bike. And so if you, and everybody always is like, oh, New Year's resolutions, New Year's resolutions. Guess what? Now is the time to actually maybe start planning some of these things.
Hmm.
We're getting colder again. We're not getting outside. So there are so many YouTube videos and very simple to very hard YouTube body workouts that you can do in your living room,
Hmm.
in your garage, wherever you have a little space. It's just an idea. You don't have to go down to the gym.
Mm-mm.
And you know, it's a different scene. I actually had a discussion with one of Hillary's coworkers, spouses at her party last week, and it's the gym is more of a social activity anymore here than actually people wanting to go and get their sweat on.
Yeah, for
So,
some.
yeah, for some. So, find what's going to be best for you. I don't know. I mean, Hillary's done a handful of these YouTube
I do
workouts.
a lot of the YouTube workouts, and most of them are just body weight. And oh man, I get done with those and I am just drenched,
Yeah.
completely drenched. And you don't really need hardly any equipment for it. And they have so many different variations of the body weight workouts that you can do. They have the HIIT workouts. They have, if you have a milk jug, they're like fill up the milk jug and use that as a weight. And we're going to show you how to do a couple different weightlifting things with milk jugs. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of options. So, on the physical fitness side, yeah, we can't get outside. We can't be out there as much. You know, you can bundle up and do a few things, but start finding some ways. During this time for me, it's a really great time that I start doing more yoga.
yeah.
I start trying to connect to a little bit of my fitness with a little bit of my meditation and my soul searching in a yoga atmosphere. Uh, I, it's great that I have a daughter who is a yoga
Yeah.
teacher, and she came over a couple weeks ago and did a basic yoga class with me and the boys, and that was really good.
Hmm.
But this is another activity that you can incorporate a little bit of physical, a little bit of that mental,
Hmm.
and a little bit of that spiritual
Yeah.
when you're doing yoga. So, and guys, I'm going to tell you what, if you have not done yoga, I challenge you, you got to try it. I was skeptical for years. I did not want to do it. Yoga is a girl's thing. Yoga is for dancers. Yoga is for bendy people. Guess what? I am the least bendy person you've ever met. Ask anybody who's ever done a massage on me. And yoga is very relaxing when it's done
Correctly.
correctly and it's done at your own pace. You need to make sure that you do yoga at your pace so that you're able to get the benefits of it and you're able to enjoy it on all three levels.
And again, there's tons of YouTube videos for yoga and
There
yoga
are.
poses.
There
So,
are a lot. So this is another one that you guys could start looking at of trying. And I'm going to challenge every one of the guys listening that you guys have got to try yoga in the next 30 days. Just try it. See how you feel. Do a 10-minute yoga class you can find on YouTube. Do a yoga class at the local community center or at your gym or wherever. I'm telling you, after you've done it a couple times, you'll be like, wow, I feel better. I sleep better. Oh, guess what? I can move another inch and a half today because I stretched.
hmm.
So that's one of these other things that you guys can do on your winter maintenance plan is look at possibly doing some yoga.
Hmm.
Another one. Me and Hillary have thrown this back and forth. We have not currently done it. It's going to happen one of these days. But there are these online dance programs
Yeah.
that you can actually go online, subscribe to the dance program. You log into the dance program when they have it every week. They teach you the dance. You do it with your partner and you can learn how to dance. Again, anybody who knows me, I am the whitest white guy ever when it comes to dancing. I step on my own feet backwards.
Yeah.
So we will get there. But this is another, if you guys need activities as far as date nights or you want to learn something new, sign up and do one of these online dance classes.
Mhm.
We will do it.
Yeah, we kind of attempted to do it the one time. I think we maybe overshot it a little bit. It was a little bit more advanced than poor Scott needing something very, very, very basic to start with. So I think we ended up, I taught you a box step is what we started with.
And it took an hour to get that down. I'm just
Yeah.
going to throw it out there. It took a little bit,
So yeah,
but
but we'll get there.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
Again, it's something new, and that's why we wanted to come on today is talk about a few of these things and ideas.
Yeah. Our last date night, I can honestly say was one of my very favorite. And it was something completely new that we did. Do you remember it?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say it because I'm just gonna lay it out there how I want to lay it out there. So, our last date night, we had dinner
Mhm.
by candlelight on a tennis court. Then Hillary put me in a cast. Yes, she put me in a cast. And we finished the date night off by playing with sticks and balls. Now,
Elaborate.
I'm going to elaborate so everybody understands this, okay? So, for Christmas, we were able to buy Hillary a new, really nice kitchen table. But this kitchen table is a pool table and a ping pong table that converts into a nice kitchen table as well.
Mhm.
So, I made a candlelight dinner and we ate it on the ping pong table. And then Hillary had bought this really cool casting mold pottery piece.
Yeah, it was a hand casting kit.
And so you mix the kit up, you put your hands in it together, and you're holding hands in this bucket of mold for 5 to 6 minutes.
Mhm.
Then you pull it out.
And then you pour the cast into
Then you pour
it.
the cast into it. And I told you, she put me in a cast. So now there is a cast piece of our hands holding hands together in the house that we made that night. And then we finished the night off by playing a little ping pong and pool.
Yeah.
So I still like my earlier version better. It's funnier.
But it was really fun. It was something different that we'd never done, especially with the hand casting. And so we really had a lot of fun and we laughed a lot
We
that
did.
night.
We did. Well, and again, I can't play pool. Hillary can play pool. I can't play
But
pool.
you can play ping pong and I can't really
Yeah.
play ping pong, so we're kind of even in that sense.
But it was one of those things. We tried something new.
Hmm.
We have an activity that we enjoy doing together.
Didn't cost us much
Didn't
money.
cost much, and now we can do it again.
Yeah, and we've done before we had a pool table. Oftentimes we would go to the bowling alley and play pool.
Yeah. So, again, that's something that is very accessible in these winter months.
Hmm.
Going to the bowling alley,
Yeah,
throwing some bowling balls, hitting the pool table,
yeah.
playing some arcade games, feeling like you're a kid again. Another one that we haven't done this year, we did do it last year a couple times, is we were able to go out with the kids and we took them to Nickelcade.
Yeah.
And we sat and played pinball and arcade games for a couple hours, and it was just a blast.
Yeah.
Again, that's a great activity
To do with family.
to do with your family
Or
during
even
these
just
winter
do
months.
on a date too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the other one that I just can't get anybody to go with me because nobody wants to, but is going roller skating. Roller skating is so much fun,
I'll go roller skating with you.
but it's one of those things that always gets overlooked. Oh, that's where all the teenagers hang out.
Yeah. I want to go ice skating, and we can't talk the boys into that one either.
And ice skating is another good winter activity. It gets you outside
Hmm.
and you get to do a little bit of physical and have fun with people.
Yeah.
So these are a handful of things. Now, let's talk about doing a little winter maintenance for your mind and your soul.
Yeah.
A couple things. I have really picked up enjoying audiobooks, as you have as well.
I have.
You also read regularly,
Yeah. I read every night before bed.
but if you are not an avid reader, and maybe you're like me, and you really struggle to sit down and read a book more than a couple pages and you fall asleep, that's always been me, even when I was in school. So Audible was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
And so now I get to listen to all sorts of books.
Mhm.
And so that is a great way to spend some downtime is don't watch the TV. use your imagination, get your brain juices flowing by listening or reading a book, and get, you're either learning something or you're in a great storyteller. I just finished, and I'm going to throw this one out there for all of my guy friends and guy listeners out there. Any of you that have not picked up a Jack Carr book yet, you need to run now and get one. Download it. So Jack Carr is a ex-Navy SEAL, phenomenal guy. This guy has done amazing things and kept this country very safe in his life.
Mm-hmm.
When he retired, he became an author. And he is the author that made me fall in love with books because of how he writes.
Yeah.
His stories are very military, most of them, but he wrote The Terminal List. If anybody has watched The Terminal List on Prime, he is the author who started that series, wrote that series. But his writing, just the way he is so detailed and explains everything, he paints the most vivid pictures in his book. You feel like you are there. You feel like you're hearing and smelling and seeing everything around him when they're in the jungle or where they're in the cities or they're in an office building. You can just feel the environment around you. And so if you're a guy, you're not into reading a whole lot, but you can probably sit down and listen to it. Ray Porter is probably one of the best guys on Audible, period. His voiceover is amazing. The way he can do any type of voice. He reminds me a lot of Robin Williams, where he can just throw
All
any
different kinds of voices.
all different kinds of voices out just on the fly, and he's so good. And so he reads all Jack Carr's books. So go look up Jack Carr and download one of his books or buy one of his books and start reading this winter.
Mm-hmm.
If you just need a very good, entertaining, very detail oriented, just a great written story, Jack Carr's your man. And the cool thing is Jack is not our local. He lives in Park City.
Yeah,
One of these days, I cross my fingers we can get him on this show.
that'd be cool.
So that's something you can start doing.
Yeah. Right now, I've never ever done this before, but right now I am literally reading 3 different books, which is kind of cool. Technically I'm listening to 2 different books and I'm reading 1. So I'm reading my normal series that I've followed forever. It's the it's a little bit what we got, kind of romancy type fantasy stuff, but it's the Blood and Ash series. But then we're also doing, what's the book that you sent to me? The Ghosts of,
The Hungry Ghost.
oh yeah, The Realm of Hungry Ghosts.
Yep.
And this one is more of
It's
clinical.
it's a clinical kind of self-help book, and it's called In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts, and it's written by the one and only Gabor Mate.
Dr. Mate.
He is phenomenal.
Yeah, anybody in the recovery world has probably heard of Dr. Mate. He also has a special on Prime right now as well called Dosed.
But he is kind of one of these pioneers when it comes to treatment in the recovery world. And this book, if anybody, again, it is called In the Realm of Hungry Ghost.
Yes.
And if anybody has had a person in their life that has struggled with addiction of any kind, you really should read this book because he breaks down addiction so you can understand it.
Yeah.
So he talks about it so plainly, and he talks about the real experiences that he sees on the streets and working with these, clients and these addicts for years. And it is amazing. So if somebody wants to learn about addiction,
that's a great book to start.
It is a great book to start.
Yeah. So that's one of them that I'm reading. And then because it's Christmas time, I am reading a Christmas book, or I'm listening to a Christmas book. And yes, I normally don't like the Hallmark movies. I mean, during the Christmas time, that I know a lot of ladies out there love the Hallmark movies and the Hallmark shows. I would rather listen to them. So that's what I do is I listen to the little Hallmark Christmas books. Um, but my recommendation for a book right now that I just finished, if anybody that likes kind of a fantasy, but I can't even describe it because it's really not like fantasy. It's just more of a different realm of worlds. It's called The 10,000 Doors of January. And I listened to this book in 2 days and I could not put it down. It was so good. It was very detailed, very beautifully written. And yeah, I would definitely recommend that one as well.
Yeah, it's good.
So, yeah.
So, reading, put it on something to do.
Mhm.
Reading, listening. It's a great way to get your imagination going. It's a great way to turn off the world. It's a great way to learn something new.
Mhm.
So, for your mind and soul, reading is at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Something else, everybody, if you don't do, or if you do, maybe you could increase it or change, is do a little writing. And writing, when you say writing, I don't say you need to go out and write a book. You don't need to go out and write a novel. Some people, it's as simple as writing down
Their thoughts.
your thoughts for the day in a journal
Hmm.
and just start journaling. If journaling isn't your thing, we have a really good friend that was on the show a little while back, Reed Taylor. And he doesn't journal, but what he does is he writes poems.
Hmm.
He writes his feelings and his experiences out on a daily basis in the form of poems.
He, at the I Love You Bro Christmas party, shared an absolutely beautiful poem
Yeah.
about an experience that he had. It was absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful.
And so these might be hidden gifts
Hmm.
that you don't know you have of being able to sit down and write.
Yeah. Another thing that your daughter does that I am so jealous, and I actually wish I had time to do this, but she scrapbooks her the things that she did throughout the month.
They do. They do the monthly scrapbook. The girls get together
Uh-huh.
and they do a monthly scrapbook and they put
And they
together
do it like
the
collage style almost
yeah.
even. And they grab different things from restaurants or from places that they went to, or finds different little clippings of things that they experienced or felt throughout that month, and they put it into this little scrapbook, which is so genius.
Yeah. And it's just another way of getting the thoughts out of your head onto paper.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to write them. Maybe you use clipping pictures. Another one that our boys do very well, and they do it a lot more during the wintertime, is they draw.
Yeah.
And drawing is a great tool that you can use to release. Sometimes you are really bad. I can't even draw a stick figure. But sometimes it's nice just to doodle just pictures or shapes or things on a paper. Um, and if you're not really good at drawing, like Hillary mentioned earlier, sitting down and coloring in a coloring book
Yeah.
sometimes is really therapeutic.
And very relaxing, meditative. They have so many adult coloring books now that are just absolutely awesome. Or paint by numbers, or anything that if you are not even necessarily artistic, they still have things for you to color, to the diamond pictures where if you're patient enough to sit there and put little diamonds into a picture, almost like a paint by number. They've got all sorts of things
Yeah,
like that. And that's something that I have shared on this show before, of the hobby that I intend to incorporate during the winter months is I paint.
right.
So,
Right. And again, you're able to express emotions, you're able to put information from your head onto the paper.
mhm,
It gets everything flowing.
yeah.
And it is just another avenue. And these are all things that I recommend everybody trying a little dabble.
Mhm,
See what fits. If you don't know, try.
mhm. If
Just
you
like
don't
I
have
started.
time, make time too.
Well, and you've got to make time for yourself
Yeah.
and you've just got to try.
Mhm.
as I talked about my gratitude when we started, you might try drawing and it looks awful and it makes you cry because of how bad you are at it. But you tried
Hmm.
and you did something new. And that is what you got out of it is you learned, guess what? You can't draw. Okay. You tried it. That's okay. Let's try something different.
Yeah.
And that for wintertime, it is exploring a little bit more of this mind body connection, at least for me, because during the summer times, we're so busy. We're always out doing something. We're very active outside. And so during these winter months, it is really a good time to focus on this mind body connection.
Hmm.
Another one that we can really start working on this winter that I am personally doing currently is I am currently starting kind of a spirituality journey for myself. I've had a lot of different experiences over the last couple years now, and I have really started to kind of put these experiences together and putting thoughts and different things together and trying to find out where my spot really is in this universe and really how I fit. And the thing that just is part of this, and if anybody has watched the Avatar movies, um, they're wonderful.
Hmm.
And in the Avatar movies, we're huge fans here in the family. They have Awa,
Yeah.
and Awa is the energy that is connected through everything on their planet.
It's their deity.
It is.
Hmm.
And they talk about it in each one of their shows. And by the way, the third one comes out in a couple of weeks. We're so excited. We already have tickets.
Yeah.
But they talk about AWA and how they connect to it. And in the show, they actually get a physical connection where they
Hmm.
can tap into it and have a conversation with loved ones, have a conversation with that past energy, that existing energy.
They share
Um,
memories and
they,
thoughts and
and
feelings.
all of that.
Mhm.
But guess what? What I have learned so far is that we also can tap into that exact same energy. It is not a physical of taking our ponytail and cooking it to the tree. But when you get into a meditative state, or when you're able to turn on or put yourself in a situation with the right music or the right setting, you can tap into that overwhelming energy
Mhm.
and you can call it whatever you want. There's so many different names of, Buddha has a name for it. Christians call it the Holy Spirit or the Holy Ghost. But this energy
Mhm.
surrounds us all of the time. We all are just atoms vibrating at different speeds all the time. And all that is energy. We are just made up of pure energy.
Mhm. And everything in this world is made up of it as well.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And so being able to, for me, I am taking these next couple months during the winter months, especially to kind of really explore this energy deeper for me
Mhm.
and being able to find out more about myself, but also to find more about the universe and what truly drives everything in my eyes
Mhm.
and what I feel that it's going to be. Part of that is finding places. Some people, for places to experience that energy, is going to church.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You get around people that are experiencing the same type of energy and you're sharing it with each other, and you get to look forward to that on a weekly or monthly basis for how often you go. That's great.
Mhm.
For us, for me, it's different every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really will have a spiritual connection when I'm in the sauna.
Mhm.
I will have a spiritual connection when I'm in my cold tub. I'll also have some spiritual connections just driving through mountain passes and feeling the energy around me at the time.
There's oftentimes that both of us have definitely exclaimed that we felt that energy and connection at concerts.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
and music is another one of these things that really you can take now.
Mhm.
In these winter months, you can use music in this spiritual connection because in Footloose, again, they talk about in the Bible how they talk about if you dance and praise the Lord, you will be blessed.
Mhm.
And they talk about that in that movie.
Yeah.
So dance and music can be spiritual.
Yeah.
Dance and music can be social. Dance and music can be therapeutic.
Mhm.
It can also be exercise. There's so many things around it, but music is another one of these things. We started off this episode talking about thinking about what makes you happy when you were a kid this
Yeah.
time of year.
Mhm.
I really enjoy now watching concerts on YouTube at Red Rocks.
Mhm.
And the reason behind that is we've had some very spiritual connection at Red Rocks,
Yeah.
you and I.
Spiritual experiences.
And we've been able to do that with friends. We've been able to do it with just us. We've been able to do it with the boys.
Yeah.
And I now can watch these concerts. Not been there because we have been able to watch concerts on YouTube that we were at.
Yeah.
And we can re-feel that moment
Mhm.
and re-experience it. But I can now watch concerts that I was not there.
Mhm.
But that venue is very dear to our hearts, and it is a very sacred place to us.
It is.
And so when I can watch a concert of somebody that I enjoy playing there,
Mhm.
I get that feeling.
Yeah.
It brings out those emotions.
That energy.
I feel the energy they're feeling.
Mhm.
And so that's another thing that everybody you can use. We had Brannigan on the show a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and he talked about driving in silence, but he also talked about the power of music and how it's helped and played such a role in his life. And it is such a big role in our lives. And so, everybody, if you listen to the same type of music all the time, take this opportunity this winter to explore a different genre.
Yeah.
Go do a different type of concert that maybe you wouldn't do. We just went to the John Legend concert with friends. Really not something we would normally do, but we tried something new. It was fun.
And the week before that, we went to a Brandon Lake concert.
We did.
And that was also something that we'd never really done was,
Yeah.
you know, a Christian rock concert lined up with a R&B concert. And
So
So.
these are all, everybody, these are just some ideas that we really felt strongly we wanted to get on and talk to you about. This winter maintenance is what we're calling it.
yeah,
Start looking at these things that we've talked about in your lives.
I want to go into a little bit of why we are talking about winter maintenance. Again, I lost somebody from I had worked with and lost him to suicide just this past week. And this is that time of month, this is that time of year that we want to make sure you guys know that you're not alone and there are ways to repair and there's steps that you can take so that you don't have to reach those dark places. And that it is important. And it's important in a lighthearted sense, but it's also important in a heavier sense.
It is. And unfortunately, we don't have, we don't have all the numbers for 2025 yet. We won't get those for a few months, but preliminary numbers that I have had shared with me, we've had increases.
Yeah.
Again. And so it is very important we talk about winter maintenance for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also talked about you need to be aware of your family. You need to be aware of your friends. You need to be aware of your coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get people involved. This time of year starts some of the loneliest time of year for so many people.
Yeah.
And we talk about it a lot on here because a lot of people listen to our show who are in the construction, who are in the mining, manufacturing, industrial type jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Layoffs are coming.
Yeah.
And we're going to have people unemployed for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks over the next little bit. To all of those people who have somebody in their life that will be in that situation, check in on them.
Mm-hmm.
make sure they're doing okay, make sure they're staying active. They all know that it's temporary, it's part of the job, but it happens. And it's been on and off for a few years. This year is probably going to be one of the biggest layoff years we've had here in almost 5 years, just because of a few of the economic things that have gone on.
Mm-hmm.
So be very conscious of your friends, family, and coworkers in those industries.
Yeah.
We don't want them to end up coming to see Hillary at the treatment center for work.
Yeah.
We want them to be happy. We want them to thrive. We want you guys to know that you're loved.
Yeah.
And that if you can take one of these things that we've talked about tonight for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but also take about one of those things and talk to it with a friend
And share it.
and share it with them.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, let's try something new. Let's get you out of the house. Be conscious. Again, it's getting cold outside as well. There are people who struggle. There are people who might not have the best place to live. There are homeless people on the street. You don't have to step out of your way to do anything other than just say hello to them when you see them. That little bit of kindness can actually warm their soul for the evening if it's a cold night, of just letting them know that they are loved. We're all in this race together.
Yeah.
And we all want to see everybody thrive. We all have our ups and downs.
Yeah.
If it is not always up on level 10
No.
all the time. You got to start at level 0 and work your way up. And sometimes you get pushed back down to level 1 from level 5 and back and forth. But we're all here to support each other. And so during this time, we really need to make sure that we're checking on our fellow men and our fellow women.
Yeah. If you are struggling, please reach out.
Yes.
You can reach out to us. You can reach out to 988. And we've said it 1,000 times here, but you are important. You are meant to be here. And no matter what, there will always, the tables will always turn. If you can't see your way out, let somebody know and just hold on until you can find your way out of it.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, everybody, thank you again for tuning in this week. Like we started off and said, this year has been amazing. We would not be here without your love and your support and your continuation of tuning in every single week. We challenge you to share this information, to share this episode with a family member, a friend, a coworker, or just somebody who you think could benefit from hearing today's information. We are so grateful for you. We love every single one of you. We can't wait for the next couple weeks. We've got some fun, very loving, very interesting episodes and people coming up for you. So everybody, thank you so much. And don't forget that we're Surviving Life's Pickles. Check out the website, and that we think you're a big deal.